Afternoon, and welcome to Hollywood Meets Wall Street. This is where we shine a light on the people who turn creative vision into financial reality. The ones who don't always get the credit, but always do the math. In Hollywood, they like to say that the producers build the bridge to the investors. But in real life, it's not that simple. On our film For Love of the American Dream, our producers got us right to the edge. The story was there, the creative vision was clear. We could almost see the finish line, but the bridge still hasn't been built. That's when she called in the business financial team, the Wall Street side of show business, to turn vision into visibility. And our guest, Mladen Vuckovic, the creator of our business financial report, just published and live on our page. He also delivered a brand new investor deck that helped shape the future of this film. In most films, you never hear these names, but at Henry Productions, we credit our Wall Street team because building the dream takes more than a script. It takes strategy. Thank you for being here with us today. Um, you've compared For Love of the American Dreams titles like The Help, The Pursuit of Happiness, and even Barbie, all of which leaned into a strong culture theme and still brought in serious box office returns. Can you walk us through that a little bit more? How does a film fit into that categories? And why should it matter to investors?
That's a great question, Gabriela. So, what I found is socially conscious films, ones that dig into the identity, justice, or equality, right? So, tend to perform really well. So, both critically and obviously commercially. As you mentioned, The Help and The Pursuit of the Happiness, both of these made a huge revenue, 300 million globally on the modest budgets. Even Barbie, which has a great production, Beneath the Surface tackled deep cultural issues and made over 1.4 billion, which is a significant revenue. The Love American Dream fits into the right space. It does explore the immigration identity, the meaning of the citizenship today in America, all topics audiences care about, right? And for the investors, it means the film taps into the proven demand.
Hey, I didn't know that. Like hearing that is just really interesting how it works. Um, Now for students, especially those interested in politics and social issues, this film taps into a lot of those bigger films, identity, citizenship, and what the American dream really means today. From a business perspective, why do you think stories like this matter? Does culture relevance actually affect investors' interest, or is it just a creative bonus?
So absolutely, and not just because of the movies are meaningful. In today's market, relevance is revenue, right? So diverse casts and socially driven stories are outperforming into the box office, especially for younger global audiences. The investor know that when a film resonates emotionally, it does sell tickets and obviously streams a lot. In this case, cultural relevance is just a bonus. It's a part of the business strategy for the whole thing.
Um, so my next question is for you. So I was reading your financial report you wrote. First of all, major props. And I hit something that like stood out to me. It was convertible notes. Now I've worked in production, and even our production friend actually said that he's been doing this for 20 years, and he's like, yeah, I still had to Google what that is. So for anyone watching or wondering the same thing, what exactly is a convertible note, and why is it becoming the go-to model for fundraising independent films like ours?
Great, a great thing, great question actually. So, in simple terms, for the people who are not from the financial world, the convertible note is just a loan that can turn into the equity later, right? So instead of trying to guess what is the film worth today, investors lend money now, and when the film gets major backing and distribution, right? So the loan converts into the shares, on a discounted rate. So inflexible, fair, and protected both sides. In our case, you let us rise, the early funding of 110,000 without locking in evaluation too soon. So it could, it come many successful film starts.
Um, so let's talk about business for a second. From a financial standpoint, what does it how does it actually work? When someone invests in a film for love of the American dream, how do they typically make money? What kind of returns are possible, and how long does this process usually take?
Great question again. So there are a few parts. Once the film is sold to the distributor or picked up by the streaming platform, investor starts to get paid, right? So we use a term called a revenue waterfall, meaning that investors are prioritized early in the payout order, and the returns vary, but strong pre-sales as a solid release strategy. And international licensing as well can lead to a very meaningful upside. It's not obviously overnight, but with a smart plan, the payoff can be really big.
Oh. Um, so we're always hearing about startup values being $5 million to $50 million. Those are really big numbers. But in the film world, how do you even put a value on a movie that hasn't even been made yet? What signals to an investor that this is actually worth backing?
Question again. So we look in a few key signals, right? So we obviously do the comparable titles. We compare our project with the comparable movies which have a similar concept, like health. Obviously, they 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 have earned similar, right, the revenue. As well, attached talent is a list of actors and directors boosts the sales and valuation. With a distribution potential, if a streaming platform is interested, obviously that also adds the value the right way. And obviously cultural momentum in, like, for example, from the last year, this year, in election year, and support this obviously the whole project. And with the part mat, we can just feel the sentiment of the population, and when the signs are strong, so there's a valuation which obviously leads to it.
And this is just a little separate question, but with it, do you think now is a good time because of that? Because you said it is election year, because this is tensions are high, so it is.
Of course, it's like we said, election year. Obviously, the movie obviously hits the right time. Obviously, it has to hit the right audience, and obviously, the results will be inevitable, definitely.
Um, if someone's studying financial or business and wanted to break into the film world, what advice would you give them? Like, what skills from Wall Street actually transfer into Hollywood? And what should they be ready for? Is it totally different?
Well, definitely, this is something which I follow personally. The people who want to enter the film world, they have to start listening. Hollywood move differently. It's not just about the spreadsheets and about storytelling. That said, your skill in the financial modeling, investor relations, and risk management are all highly valuable. But be ready for uncertainty, definitely. You're working with creativity, egos, and timing, and all three can change fast. If you stay adaptable and speak both languages, definitely finance and film, and you will be a huge asset, definitely, to the whole thing.
So my next question for you. All right, so let's talk about something every investor wants to know, recruitment. When a film finally starts to make money, who actually gets paid first? Can you walk us through how that typically works, like from an investor's point of view?
Okay, so obviously investors are in front of the line. They are paid first, right? Once the film starts earning through the box office, streaming, and licensing, the portion of the revenue goes straight to repaying investors. And then once after all those profits are distributed, then we start a flow to the producers, to the cast, to the backend participants, So it's a structured system, and ours is designed to protect early stage investors first.
Um, so you've worked with crucial clients, Wall Street groups, and now with us on this film. So if you had to make your pitch directly to a potential investor watching right now, what would you say? Why would they bet on love of the American dream? What makes this project worth it?
Definitely. So this is more than a movie, right? So it's a timely cultural statement. We are real market upside. Um, the story is definitely compelling. Our team is experienced, and the financial model is designed for transparency and growth. We are entering into the booming capital market with a product that speaks directly to the moment we are living in. And if you want to back a project that has the both meaningful and financially sound, that's it. You should invest in us. Thank you.
Well, you didn't hear it from Hollywood. You heard it from Wall Street itself. Mladen, thank you so much for being here today and giving us a rare window into the business side of storytelling. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you for joining us tonight on Hollywood Meets Wall Street. A special thanks to our Wall Street team, the people behind the numbers who are helping build the bridge that will bring this story to the big screen. At Henry Productions, we believe that the American dream isn't just something to chase. It's something to understand, to challenge, and above all, to tell stories about. That's why we're creating this bridge between creativity, capitalists, between Hollywood and Wall Street, to make sure those stories are heard. In an election year, when questions of identity, citizenship, and opportunity dominate the headlines, this story isn't just relevant, it's urgent. If you want to be part of this journey, visit our website and support our crowd raising campaign. Every contribution, no matter the size, will be honored with a personalized certificate of appreciation designed by our artist, Jackson Pan. And if you're an investor ready to help share the next great American story, request our film deck pitch. Now investors ready and available for review. Just reach out through our website. And when this film reaches theaters, you'll be able to say, in a divided nation, we came together to send this story to Hollywood. And Hollywood, roll out the red carpet, for love of the American dream is coming to you.